Hey guys, this is John with the FJ Cruiser channel. Today we're going to be wrapping the FJ. Let me just start off by saying this is not going to be a how-to video because I've never done this before. If you want a how-to video, go watch Chris Wraps. He's got a bunch of stuff on his YouTube channel, and basically that's kind of what I've been doing for the past month, just kind of, you know, monkey see, monkey do type of thing, and learning some little tricks about different parts of the car. And I don't know, I'm not really going for complete perfection because my primary goal is just to keep the scratches off of it as I go wheeling through the woods and trees and such. So I kind of want to do the best job I can, but you know, if it doesn't come out to be, you know, professional grade, I'm okay with that. So anyway, today we're going to be wrapping it in camo. So I picked up on Metro Styling. They had a bunch of different camo options. I kind of like this one because, you know, I like my green FJ. I kind of wanted to keep it the same feel, but you know, put a camo wrap on it. Also, what I picked up from Amazon was a kit for wrapping. It comes with a couple squeegees, a vinyl cutter, a detail tool, and blades. There should be plenty of blades there to do, you know, easily a wrap job, if not much more than that. So, and from Metro Styling, I picked up a small, I think it's 10 meters of this knifeless tape. And the knifeless tape, from what I understand, is just the way I've got it going here. I want to keep the top white, so I just want to keep that same hard edge there, you know, on the trunk side. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap this camo, but I'm gonna do a black outline. So I also bought some black vinyl to, you know, do the hood black. I removed quite a bit of stuff on the FJ. So basically, you know, I removed any little thing that I wanted to tuck under. So I'm probably gonna keep this piece that goes on here black, to kind of offset and go with the black of the hood. I think it's going to look cool. If not, then I'll wrap it in camo as well. I've got enough material for both. And then I was going to try to remove the headlights because of my bumper. It's so hard to get in there to get that grill off, to get the lights off. I'm going to do my best to go around the light. And again, like I said on the beginning of the video, I'm not, if it's not perfect, I don't care. I want as good a job as I can do, but you know, I'm not going to get to the details. I also removed all of this stuff up here. I removed this anyway because somebody, before I got the car, they replaced the windshield and the clips were all broken. This thing was just flopping in there, and the antenna was the only thing holding it down, and on a highway it just made a lot of noise. So I bought new clips. I might as well, you know, try to wrap that separately. I'm going to wrap that middle section separately, and I removed the other cowl as well. And also I removed mirrors, door handles, anything to keep it super easy to wrap it and get everything out of the way. And plus, when I put it back in, I think it'll look better. And there are videos online about how to remove all this. It's super easy. You know, there's 2 screws in the door. You pop the door panel out with the clips, and then there's like 4 screws holding a plate. You take the plate out, take the screws out of this guy, and then it's kind of wedged in there with a little clip. You just got to work the clip out, mirrors come out. Door handles, same thing. There's a little star screw, and you take that little plastic piece off the door, and that comes out real easy. So you can find that on YouTube. Remove the rear lights. That was a little bit more of a pain because you have to work in there. There's 3 screws, and then there's a clip on this back side, so you have to get one of those little plastic wedgers and, you know, pop the clip out on the backside. But the other 2 screws are just, you know, just get in there with a deep socket and you can get it out. Not sure what I'm gonna do with the wording of the FJ. I'm not gonna try to pop all that out and re-stick it back in. I may just cut around it. I don't know yet. So that's gonna come out the way it comes out. So I'll see what it looks like when I start applying it. And then the yellow tape is just, from what I've gathered and watched online, the vinyl doesn't stick very well on the tape. So I want to cut on the yellow tape and and allow myself some room to tuck the vinyl in behind the window. I'm gonna wrap the gas can separately, so I've got that masked off so I can cut wider around it so I could tuck in as well. Anything else here that I've done that's needs to be mentioned? I'm not sure. I think not. So anyway, I washed the vehicle really good. I dried it, and then I went in and removed as much plastic under the hood as possible as well, so I could tuck all this around. And then I did a good job of cleaning it with isopropyl alcohol. So I've detailed it as much as I can. So anyway, so I think I'm ready to start laying it down. I think the strategy here, I'm gonna try to do these two doors and that panel in one piece. And the way I measured it, this vinyl is 60 inches. So I should be able to cut this in half and be able to, with this one long piece, be able to do both sides. All right, so let me give you a quick update. I've got this whole portion done in the pillar, and let me just say that it's a lot harder than people make it look like on the internet. Anyways, I was able to do it, but there's glassing it. It was a little kind of hard, and getting some of the air bubbles out was a little hard because it kind of get trapped. But anyways, I was able to get this whole side done in the front. This wasn't as hard as I thought. The inside of the door handle here is just basically heated up really good, and I pushed it right straight in the middle and then worked my way out. But it's not perfect. There's definitely some dirt and debris that I've thought I had it as clean as possible, but as soon as you start peeling the film back, the static electricity and anything that just gets sucked right in there. But it's not too bad. I got a couple little spots that it's not perfect, but really the reason I'm putting it on there is just so it gets scratched up anyways. So I'm not too concerned. The more mud I get on it, then you won't be able to see these little imperfections. So, but the pillar was super easy to get. I used a piece that we cut out for the wheel well for the pillar. So that's it right now. Hey guys, just wanted to give a quick update. I didn't quite finish yesterday. I'm starting back again today. I've got basically everything done now except for the back door. But I just wanted to mention a couple things. I originally bought 25 feet, and I don't know, I think I just miscalculated, I guess. But I was able to pretty much figure out a way to do it. So from this back door all the way to the front there, I cut, I think, 118 inches. And then I cut that 18-inch piece in half. So this did that. So basically 118 inches will do this side and then the other side. And then on the hood was, I think, 73 inches across, or 74 inches is what I cut. And what I did was I left, these panels are loose because I took them out, but I put them back on there, and I put them as far back as possible just to create a big gap between the panels. So, and I left it on there. So then when I did the hood, I put the whole sheet over it, and that allowed me to just, trim between the edges and then give me a larger gap to contour between the, between the gaps here. So it's about 74 inches, and I still have plenty left over on this side. I just, because the roll is basically 59 inches. They say it's 60 inches, but it's really 59 inches. So, and if you do the math, out of 25 feet, that only left me, this rear quarter, I was planning on 62 inches to do each side because of that curved part on that side. But I didn't have 62 inches. All I had was about 109 inches left or something like that, which made this a little short. But what I did was I I basically laid out the whole 108 inches on the ground, and I cut out from top to bottom. I left myself 30 inches to work with, so that left me 29 inches on the bottom. So I cut basically, you know, a door, like a garage door out of that film. So they left me, and I went like 17 inches from each corner, and then 29 inches up, and I cut a rectangle out of that, a 29-inch rectangle out of the bottom, and I split that in half. And so that was going to be each one of my quarter panels. So the way I was able to get it done is I put it on there, and I kind of tilted it just a little catty corner to where the back end would come over here and kind of give coverage for the back. And then when I got down to this part, I basically you know, trimmed off the excess, and I was able to just stretch the film out that way, because at 54 inches of whatever I had 54 and a half inches on each side, was basically just barely enough to cover over here like this. So I had like an extra 6 inches or so on the bottom, but if you put enough heat in there, it kind of stretches pretty good. And it was, you know, because the stretching this way also puts a lot of tension on this corner right here. But hopefully it won't pull up or peel up with time and the heat. But I was able to get that done. So in your case, if you want to wrap an FJ, I would suggest just to go and get, I don't know, 30 feet. Maybe 30 feet would be enough. So with 29 inches on the bottom, the part I cut out, it's basically only going to come down to about almost to that black rubber part of the door. So this bottom part here, I think what I'm going to do is just inlay another piece, because the frame comes over here and the tire covers it. Really, it's not, I don't think it's that big of a deal. So I will have like a crease line right here with 2 different films. So, but the whole top of the door where it's mostly seen will be one piece. So I wanted to give you a quick hint here on the back, because it's hard to find videos. So if anybody taking this, I mean, usually when you see a video, they're stripping this whole thing out. But in order to take out, I guess, the fender flares, you have to pop this guy out a little bit, and you just got to tug on it a little bit, and you one quick yank, and you'll pop, like there's these little tabs at the top, and they'll pop out. And then there's one button right there, but you don't need to take it completely out, because there's a screw way back here holding the fender flare. So you got to pop this out to get to that screw. And then on the inside here, on this side, man, that was tough. There's one more screw on the very bottom there. There's one more push button clip on the inside that you pop out, but then there's a screw down there. And the best way that I got into it is I got a swivel socket to where I could put it in there and tilt it, and just use a ratchet from an angle to get that guy out of there, because it's really tucked in there. I guess it's meant for you to pull this out, but then these clips, as soon as you start pulling any one of these, they just break. But I was able to get it with that without pulling this guy out. And the other problem, or hard, there's 2 more clips over here that when you're popping out the bottom of the wheel well, and then the other part of the wheel well is stuck way in there. It's like there's like a hook. You just got to muscle it out, and I think I'm gonna cut it to where I can slide it back in there without trying to, hook it back in, because really it's not gonna go anywhere. Once you put this guy back in here, it's clipped and it starts tucked in there. It's kind of, I think, overkill. It's meant, I guess, you got to take this whole thing out in order to take this out, and there's a ton of clips in the bottom, and I just don't feel like buying 150 clips, because you end up breaking all of these. And besides that, I think that was the only hard part. And of course, I don't have a front bumper. I mean, I don't have a stock front bumper, or else there'd be other issues there, but so I can't comment on that. But without the stock bumper, everything else comes out pretty easy. So that's it. I wanted to add that to it. All right, guys, so now she's all wrapped up. Let's just take a quick walkabout, walk around the car, and just give you a quick look of what I did and see if you like it. So the film actually went in pretty easy. There's some spots that were kind of hard. The doors were easy, it was all flat. The rear quarter panels, that was the hardest part because of that one curve and then another curve. So, but it stretched in there pretty good. And the Avery with the print was a little thicker than standard without print, but and you can't really super stretch it because it starts discoloring the image a little bit, but it's still very workable. So we got the back done. I took all the rear tires out and the mount and got as much as possible. The bottom quarter, the very bottom of the door, I did a really quick job on it. It doesn't look so good, but you can't see it with the tire on it. So, but this is what she looks like. And then on the hood, I ordered some Avery matte black and used the knifeless tape to do an outline on the hood. Put the black tape, the knifeless tape cut a really nice little line on it, and I kind of wanted that look. In the very front, I also did black just on that one trim to kind of offset it. And I forgot to mention the gas tank. The gas tank, I also did it in black, and eventually I'm going to do my handles and black out the mirrors, but for now I think this is all it's going to be like. On the gas tank, I cut really wide, and then I was able to fold it in there. That way you can't. It's got a little bit more of a contour on the inside, so when you close it, it wouldn't matter. It's green on green with the camo, so it wouldn't have been noticeable. But if you do a different color, you may want to go in there a little bit more to where you can't see the original color of the car. But anyway, that's it, guys. So that's how she looks. Hope you liked it. Please like, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.